Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learning Class. Today in IELTS class we are going to do an academic reading passage, Austria, the Burgeoning budget holiday attraction. So let's see what type of questions we have in this reading passage. First are MCQs, multiple choice questions, and then we have what person is related to these statements type questions, and then at last we have yes no not given questions. So without wasting any time, let's begin with first MCQ, and that is which of the following statements is accurate. And the answer is D. Austria has traditionally attracted more foreign tourists in winter. So the answer is from paragraph A. It has been said in the passage, Austria, for all its natural beauty, has traditionally fared well in attracting tourists only during the winter ski season. So it is saying that Austria has traditionally attracted tourists in winter only during the ski season. But during the summer, however, tourists, especially foreign tourists, they neglect her lush mountain meadows, fresh air, and wildlife in favor of cheap beach holidays. So, foreign tourists in summer, they don't go to Austria, they neglect her beauty in favor of cheap beach holidays. They like to prefer to go to beach rather than going to Austria. So this means that foreign tourists traditionally they go to Austria more in winter than in summer. So that is why our answer is D. But let's also see what other options are and why they are not the answers. First is Austria has always enjoyed a reputation as a place where the wealthy holiday in summer. So the wealthy, it means like rich people, wealthy people. Uh, so Austria is has earned the reputation as a place where only the rich people they go in summer. So it has not been mentioned that uh, during the summer tourists who go to Austria are only rich people. So it has not been mentioned like this in the passage. So this is why this option is not the answer. Second is Austria is becoming more of a seasonal holiday destination than it used to be. So as we know in the passage, it has been said that people go to Austria more in winter than in summer. So that is why it is a seasonal holiday. But now the time is changing. A surprising trend has now begun. People are broadening their horizons. They are now going to new places, and Austrian package holiday is one of them where people are now going more in summers as well instead of going to beaches. So Austria was a seasonal holiday when people went there in winters more than in summer, but now they are going to Austria in summers as well. So this option is incorrect because Austria is now becoming less of a seasonal holiday destination than it used to be because people are going throughout the year in winters as well and summers as well. So, what does the option C say? Austria has always been viewed as a good value holiday destination. So, this is another thing which has not been mentioned in the passage, that whether Austria is a good value holiday destination or not, and if yes, whether it has been so in the past as well or not. So, we don't know about this. So, that is why option D is the answer. Second MCQ, what does the writer mean when he says the package holiday has always had narrow horizons? So he is talking about the package holiday that what does the writer mean when he said that the package holiday had always had narrow horizons? The answer is package holidays typically offer very few and very similar choices of destination. So narrow horizons means that like only like similar places, very few places where people could go on holidays. So let's see where it is written in the passage in the second paragraph. uh, the cheap and cheerful package holiday has always had narrow horizons, and members of the ordinary public, traumatized by years spent holidaying on a meaningless beach somewhere in Malaga have sand coming out of their ears at the stage. So the writer is saying that the public has always been traumatized by going on a meaningless beach. Uh, and at this point of time, they would have sand coming out of their ears. So the author is trying to say that people always go on beach or some other place, like similar places. So that is why the answer is B, that package holidays typically offer very few and very similar choices of destination, because the writer is talking here about the place, like where they go. Let's see option A. Package holidays are only targeted at people who haven't got much money. So, yes, the writer has said cheap and cheerful package. The package itself is cheap, but he has not mentioned whether the package is only targeted at people who doesn't have like much budget or much money. So this is not mentioned that, yeah, it is not targeted to rich people or like that. Option C, package holidays are rarely offered to far off destinations. So the narrow horizons, it means destination, but it doesn't mention distance, like whether the package would have like destinations which would be nearby or which would be far off. So this is not mentioned, so that is why this is not the answer. Option D, package holidays are not typically very well planned or organized. So narrow horizons doesn't mean that package holidays are organized or planned carefully, because it has not been mentioned in the passage about organizing the package holidays. So the B option is the answer of second MCQ. Third MCQ, what does the typical summer holiday package to Austria now offer? So they're talking about a typical summer holiday package. In paragraph 3, here we have, suddenly the internet was awash with cheap summer holiday alternatives offering 7 nights in the Austrian Alps in 3 and 4 star hotels, some with as much as full board and half board typically being provided as standard. The answer of this MCQ is option B, breakfast and dinner included in the price. So, a typical summer holiday package to Austria now offers breakfast and dinner in the price. So, here they have said that they provide 7 nights in the Austrian Alps in 3 and 4 star hotels, some with as much as full board. So, full board, it means all the meals of the day, that is 3 meals: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And half board typically being provided as standard. Half board, it means 2 meals of the day, breakfast and dinner. So half board, it is typically being provided as standard. So definitely this would be the answer, because we were talking about typical summer holiday package to Austria. So half board meal, that means breakfast and dinner included in the price. That is why option B is our answer. Let's see why option A is not the answer. Luxury accommodation. So yes, they have said that they are providing 7 nights accommodation in 3 and 4 star hotels, but they have not talked or mentioned that this would be a luxury accommodation. I mean, you are staying in a 3 and 4 star hotel, but uh, they have not mentioned that the rooms in which they are staying would be luxurious or somewhat like that. So that is why this is not the answer. And moreover, if the rooms or the accommodation is luxurious, then they have not mentioned that this is typically being provided in the summer holiday package, because we are talking about typical summer holiday package. So that is why um, half board meal, it has, they have clearly stated that it is typically being provided as standard. So that is why option B is the answer. Let's see option C, all meals included in the price and 7 nights accommodation. So all meals means full board. So full board, they have said that some with as much as full board. So only some holiday packages would have full board, all meals included in the price. So but we were talking about typical summer holiday package, so that is why this would not be the answer. Option D, a standard half board bed and larger in some cases for 7 nights. So half board and full board, they mean meals, not bed sizes. And they have not mentioned whether the rooms would have larger bed sizes or smaller bed sizes. So this is definitely not the answer. Let's move on to the next question. Question 4. Why were hotel and restaurant owners in Austria willing to lower their prices in summer? So why would they willing to lower their price in summer for the accommodation? Option Answer is option A. Business was usually slow at that time of year, so an extra custom was to be welcomed. So now let's see. The Austrian hoteliers and restaurateurs, having geared up for seasonal winter trade, so they were like mostly prepared for the winter because more people came in winter, were only too happy to satisfy this new summertime demand at reduced prices. But now, as this there was an increasing demand of tourists in summers as well, they were willing to pay them accommodation at reduced prices. After all, anything is better than vacant rooms, and they looked on any profit to be made from this opportunity as well a bonus. So they wanted to make a bonus, they wanted to make a profit, because if they would not provide them rooms, then that would be vacant. And if they would not provide them rooms at lower price, if they would charge high price, so the rooms would be vacant because people would not want to um, like buy accommodation at their hotels, so they would reduce their prices and make some profit, a bonus. There was no need to be greedy or demanding with prices, as that would put people off coming, and besides, their winter business was their bread and butter and it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, like I said, that people would not have accommodation in their hotels if they would charge higher prices, so they wanted to make some profit. Like, something is better than nothing, right? And their winter business was their bread and butter, so it was going perfectly well, it wasn't going anywhere. So yeah, just a extra bonus in summertime. So option A is the answer. Business was usually slow at that time of year, so an extra custom was to be welcomed. So they wanted to welcome an extra profit, some amount of money. What is option B? The loss they would make operating during the summer would be offset by profits in winter. So this is incorrect, because they are talking about making a bonus, so making a small profit here. So definitely during the summertime they are not making any loss that would be offset by profits in winter. This is not correct. I know that they are the amount of profit they are making in summer is small as compared to the profit that they would be making in winter, but this doesn't mean that they are experiencing loss during summertime. So this is not the answer. Option C, winter trade was not at the levels it used to be and they needed a way to make more money. So they're talking about that their winter trade was not doing well, but that is not the case, because they have said that their winter business was their bread and butter and it wasn't going anywhere. So it means that it was going fine. So this is also not the answer. Option D, they could make more profit by charging less throughout the year. This doesn't make any sense. Like, if they are making small profit in summer and large profit in winter by charging more in winter and by charging less in summer, if they would also charge less in winter, then definitely that together profit would be smaller. Yeah, as compared to the profit when they would be charging more in winter. So this is also not correct. So the option is answer A. Now let's move on to the next question, question 5. What can we infer about the writer's experience of traditional package holidays? So the answer is option C. He finds traditional package holidays very unimaginative and boring. So let's read the next paragraph. A profusion of new budget flights were also appearing, with airline companies like Ryanair flying direct to Salzburg return for little more than £50, including taxes. Suddenly, vacationers had a choice, an alternative to the same old sandy monotony. So, because the flight prices have also been reduced, now people who wanted to go on a vacation had a choice, an alternative to the same old sandy monotony. So, monotony, it means like when something is very boring, monotonous. And by writing the word sandy, old sandy, the author wants to say going to the same beaches again and again, it is boring. For this option there was an alternative now going, and that was going to Austria, as the price of the flights had also reduced. uh, Next it says, what is perhaps more surprising given how budget travelers are depicted in the media as ignorant, undiscerning folk. So undiscerning, it means lacking judgment or lacking taste. So the author is trying to say that in the media, the budget travelers, like who have less budget, they are depicted as ignorant, or like they lacking taste, like they don't explore much. But now, how many wanted to embrace this new opportunity. So instead, uh people who had less budget, now they wanted to go to a new place. They didn't want to go to beach anymore, they wanted to explore Austria as well. Thousands of Britons discarded their sandals and lidos and donned their hiking boots instead. So they were not going to beach this time, they were going to Austria this time. Yodelelehu. So that is why we can say that the writer's experience of traditional package holiday, that the traditional package holiday example of going to beach, it is very boring, very unimaginative, like not creative, not exploring. People are not exploring like new places. So that is a traditional package holiday. Let's see option A. He regards the traditional package holiday as a pleasant experience, providing good value for money. No, he doesn't say that it is a pleasant experience. Instead, he says it is a boring experience. Option B, he is particularly fond of popular seaside holiday destinations. Again, he mentions old sandy monotony. So he is not popular of the seaside holiday destinations, going to beach, because he has been doing so from many years. Option Answer is our option C. We have already discussed. Let's discuss option D. He dislikes the fact that traditional package holidays, like those to Austria, have only been enjoyed by the wealthy until now. He has not mentioned anything about that the traditional package holiday was only being enjoyed by the wealthy. Yeah, because he mentioned ordinary public here in the second paragraph. Cheap and cheerful package holiday and the members of ordinary public. So he was talking about general public when during the time he was talking about the traditional package holiday. General public can include rich people also, and people who have less budget as well. So that is why option D is not the answer. Question 6. What does the writer suggest in surprising about the fact that budget travelers welcomed the opportunity to try out a new kind of vacation in Austria? I think we have discussed this. Answer is option C. They showed that they had good taste, which is something they are not often credited with having. Yes, so in media, they were being shown as not having good taste, not being creative. But now, when this option was in front of them of not going to beach and going to a different place like Austria, they immediately grabbed this new opportunity. Thousands of Britons, they went to Austria instead of going to beach. So which means they showed that they had good taste, like unlike which was shown in the media about them. So this is the answer. Option A, they were true to the stereotype of them portrayed by media. No, they were not true, because media portrayed them as boring, going to the same place. But they were creative, they wanted to explore, they wanted to go to a new place. Option B, they were prepared to pay more money for a better quality holiday. Uh, so it's not like that, because they were not going to pay more money for going to Austria. They had the same budget, like going to the beach, because that is why the price was less and they had a new opportunity now in front of them to go to Austria. So they did not pay more money for going to Austria, for trying out a new kind of vacation in Austria. Option D, they showed that they are very health conscious people as a rule. No, it was not like that, because because they thought that they needed to do something, do some activity, and that is why they would not now go to beach and go to Austria instead. This was not the reason why people welcomed the opportunity to try out a new kind of vacation in Austria. The only option was that they showed that they had good taste, which is something they are not often credited with having. When a new opportunity was presented in front of them, which had the same budget which they had. Now let's move on to questions 7 to 11. So, seventh is, this person believes the experiences people have on holiday in Austria might encourage them to permanently alter the way in which they live. So, answer is C, Nora Cotton. In the next paragraph, they are talking about Nora Cotton, and thus, this person has said that people are being encouraged to try out such healthy activities is fantastic, and hopefully, the experience will give more people the desire to make more permanent lifestyle changes and continue to be active when they return home from their holidays. So when people go to beach, they just do nothing. They just lie down uh, under the sun. But when they went to Austria, they had so many outdoor activities to do: hiking, hill walking, horse riding, mountain biking, fishing, boating, anything. So the person is saying that hopefully, like when people went to Austria, they will uh, want to make more permanent lifestyle changes and continue to be active when they return home. So even when they're, because they were so active doing activities in Austria, they would want to be more active in their regular life as well, like doing more exercise. Like they would implement the lifestyle change of being active. So Nora Cotton has said that uh, experiences people have on holiday in Austria might encourage them to permanently alter the way in which they live. Eighth question, the reason this person always used to go on another type of holiday was not because they liked it, but because they couldn't afford the alternatives. Answer is B, Ed Brown. So he has said, we didn't even like the beach, but those package holidays were the only thing within budget, so we used to just go on them anyway. So because anything other than beach was not in their budget, so they did not go to any other place except beach. But they didn't like the beach. They like just went there for vacation because that was the only thing in their budget. So Ed Brown has said this, the reason Ed Brown always used to go on another type of holiday, that is beach, was not because they liked it. It was not because he liked going to beach, but because he couldn't afford the alternatives. Question 9. This person enjoys relaxing by the sea but wanted to illustrate to their children that there are other type of holidays they can go on too. Answer is A, Mark Jones. So here they are talking about Mark Jones, who said that I didn't used to mind the beach, so it was not like that. He didn't like to go to the beach. To tell you the truth, after a long week at work, it's nice to lounge around and relax. So he liked to relax at beach, but I wanted to do this for the kids to show them there was more to life than sun tanning, if that's even a word. So he wanted to just show his children that. There was more than going to beach as a holiday, more experiences, more activities other than sun tanning. So Mark Jones enjoys relaxing by the sea. He likes to relax around by the beach, but wanted to illustrate to their children that there are other type of holidays they can go on too. Question 10th. This person found it hard to explain how he did not feel drained despite how busy his week was. Answer is A again, Mark Jones. So he found it hard to explain that he did not feel drained, like he did not feel tired despite how busy his week was. So here he has said that I have been running around all week. So he was very busy during the past week, and yet strangely, I feel more refreshed than I ever got sitting on my sunbed. Brilliant. So even though he relaxed a lot when he went to beach, as he did nothing, but now he was running around all week. He was very busy when he went to Austria because there were so many activities that he did. He should have feel tired more, but it was it was not the case. He felt more refreshed. He did not feel drained despite how busy his week was. So this is the answer. Question 11th. This person found the weather conditions they experienced while on holiday more favorable than expected. Answer is B. Ed Brown. So, Ed Brown, he found the weather conditions in Austria um, very favorable than he expected. Here he has said, we went hill walking and brought a picnic, and I couldn't get over the weather. 29 degrees yesterday. So he just couldn't get over the weather, which means that he didn't expect that the weather would be 29 degrees, but it was very pleasant as it was 29 degrees. So he found the weather very pleasant than expected. So this is the answer of question 11. Next is questions 12 to 14. Yes, no, not given. Question 12. A reduction in the cost of flying to Austria played a role in making it a popular holiday destination with budget travelers. Definitely, the answer is yes, because we have read as the flight prices had been reduced, people now had the option to going to Austria, which definitely made it a popular holiday destination with budget travelers, people who had less budget. Let me show you again. A profusion of new budget flights were also appearing, with airline companies like Ryanair flying direct to Salzburg return for little more than £50, including taxes. So, because of this, vacationers had a choice. They had an alternative to going to beaches, and that alternative was going to Austria. So, the answer is yes. 13th question. Austrian package holidays have now overtaken traditional beach package holidays in terms of popularity, with thousands of Britons holidaying in Austria each year. So this is not given because they have not made a comparison in the passage between the Austrian package holidays and the beach package holidays. They have included going to Austria in the package holidays along with going to beaches, but whether people are now going more to Austria than beaches, uh, it has not been mentioned in the passage. Definitely, they have mentioned that thousands of Britons discarded their sandals and lidos and donned their hiking boots instead. So, thousands of Britons they went to Austria rather than going to beaches. But whether overall um, the Austrian package holiday was more popular than the beach package holiday. We do not know about this because they were just talking about Britons. And again, there is one more thing, because they were saying that with thousands of Britons holidaying in Austria each year. So they just said that many Britons were going to Austria rather than beaches, but they have not mentioned that whether this was in 1 year or like many years, like 2 or 3 years. What is the number of years they were talking about when they were stating thousands of Britons? So that is why the answer is also not given. Next question, last question finally. 14th, beach package holidays tend to be less focused on drinking and other unhealthy activities and are known for providing a wider choice of holiday activities in general. Without even mentioning you the explanation, we know that the answer is no, because beach package holiday, it is just lying down under the sun and doing nothing, while going to the Austria uh, contains doing many activities. But let's see, here they have mentioned there is really no comparison between a drink fueled static beach holiday. So beach holiday tend to be less focused on drinking? No. Instead, it is more focused on drinking. It is drink fueled, which means it is very much drink focused and other unhealthy activities. So it is not less focused on other unhealthy activities. Instead, it is more focused on unhealthy activity, and that is just lying down, staying static at the beach. So that is an unhealthy activity. It is more focused on that than doing any other activity, and are known for providing a wider choice of holiday activities in general. No, there are not many options at a beach as compared to Austria. As in Austria, there was hiking